scared. I don't know what's happening. Jeez, everything's cold. It's cold, like the frost that never disappears off my heart. It never melts. It never
Thank
goes
God you
away.
said heart.
Heart.
You say something else.
No, but Zero's got a heart on for everybody, you know. It's not even Valentine's Day. I can't use that joke yet. Oh shit, we're live.
Yeah. 30 seconds in, and
the trick is to act like you don't know, but you really know, you know. Oh my God. Welcome to another cold and frosty open, ladies and gentlemen, where the temperature is getting a little bit cooler here, which is nice. Zero's got the windows wide open, watching all the dew on the grass, and yep.
We got rain here.
We got rain
here. We got rain for the first time since May.
My God, something strange is afoot this morning, ladies and gentlemen.
At the Circle K, and indeed it is. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we got ourselves a sponsor this morning.
Ow!
So Mark and the crew are going to be putting links in the chat occasionally throughout the show. Norris Tradesman has decided to sponsor Mornings of Mischief. And indeed they are. They've got swords, axes, bows. We've got everything you need right here. Oh, I stole that from something.
I don't know. But it's good times with weapons, decorations, and apparel. Get yours today.
That's right. Hitting it right off the bat. Let me pull this up.
Brought to you by
some
Raid Shadow Legends.
Some knuckleheads that right here, Norris Tradesman. There are links that are popping up in the chat. We've got links. We've got discount codes. So when you go to checkout, put in Loki of Mischief. That is Loki of Mischief. And you'll get 10% off your entire order and help support Mornings of Mischief Monday through Friday here on the show. Thank you so very much.
That's wonderful. Celebrate this occasion, ladies and gentlemen, because good God, starting next week, next Monday, Loki and I are going corporate. So we'll be live on cam. I'm going to shave off my Trent Reznor hair, going to slick it back, going to wear a suit, and we're going to go through all the T's, I's, lowercase J's. We're going to fine point everything for you.
Thank you, Wrenches out there in chat for throwing out those links and throwing out that discount code. Yes, it is Loki of Mischief. So get your cool Viking gear today. Get your drinking horns. They do have axes and all kinds of stuff. They have drinking mugs. They have horns. They have all kinds of cool Viking stuff. Get all your Viking stuff over at Norris Tradesman. And now we're gonna hit the go baby go button. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. Hello, Paul.
Like the mighty fist of God, Armageddon will descend upon the city of Los Angeles. The city of
It's like Mike. Listening to Mike. Good morning, Valhalla. Machiny draws. is Chris Persia. Project Storytime, the Wicked Wrench of the East. Roll Tide, Keely Chow, Roll Tide, brother. Badass, Lisa Seacrest. Walter Tomascu. Christopher Dominguez. Dave G. Sow. My favorite polar bear on YouTube. Sorta Poopus Cuber. Fresco and Tuck and Roll from Snowdub. Mary's Game Room. Project Cambridge. The Mad Doctor of Valhalla, a nigga outlaw. Project Cambridge, DJ Ronnie G. Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief ZeroHour here on the YouTubes, on the Rumble, on the Twitter. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are having a great time. I forgot Odyssey. Oops.
Damn.
Oops. I forgot one.
No.
Lester San Jose, the Skeptic Tank is here. Good morning, Pacific 414 is here. Greetings, sir. Hope you are doing well. Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, and that means it's time for ZeroHour, and it has begun. Love that thumbnail, Chris. Chris read my mind.
Damn. That's beautiful. So
how are you doing?
Live.
How are you doing this morning, Zero?
How am I doing? Oh, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm doing okay. Nothing too exciting, nothing too slow, not slacking off, not falling behind. We're just sitting right in that meaty part of the curve.
Speaking of behinds and meaty parts of the curve.
Oh my. I think it's time for I think it's time for some Ass Effect. I haven't seen one that looked that good since never mind.
Never mind.
I was gonna have to lie through my teeth. I've seen things. Ass Effect. Ooh, give me my Paragon and Renegade choices all over again, baby. Ow! Our avatars look like eyes. Red eyes. The devil's eyes. Yeah. Big thank you to you know who you are. Feel free to give yourself a shout out in chat. Let everybody know how goddamn talented you are for making me this lovely avatar, so I will never have to touch my whatever piece of crap skill I have with graphic design ever again. It was awesome.
Mark says, heading to Whataburger after the show. # blame Loki. Of course. You're the one who said fries.
Fries.
You said fries. I was like, Whataburger. Just like you like it.
Oh, junk food. How I miss you so much.
Yeah, go get some fries after the show. Heck yeah. Go get a taquito. Go get a breakfast taquito. Breakfast on a bun.
Oh, God. Mim's going to be breaking through the window here any second.
He's going to be
Someone
pissed.
say taquitos, man.
He's going to be pissed. He'd be like, oh no, don't eat all that junk food.
No, I need my salsa, my marinara sauce, and a good old episode of Alf.
And then my doctors will be right after him. What you need, Loki, is a good omelet. Oh, thank you so much. And eggs, lots of eggs. Project Storytime says, I miss when BioWare was good.
Well, don't we all? But you know what? We've beat that horse to death. Everybody misses it. Everybody knows what it was like. Everybody remembers the glory days. So just hang on to the memories through your rose-tinted glasses, even though you don't need rose-tinted glasses to remember the good old days for BioWare. They're never going away. We'll just have to hang on to what was and, I don't know, just cling to that last glimmer of hope for the future.
Have you seen the new Mortal Kombat?
I've seen bits. And what I mean by bits is bits of body parts kind of flying all over the place. Cause damn, some of those fatalities are looking pretty sweet.
They definitely are. So I got to spend a couple hours kicking the shit out of everything in Mortal Kombat this weekend, and I want to say it's really good. It's really good. I haven't gotten all the endings yet. Obviously, I haven't done everything there is to do yet. Obviously, they are doing expansion, all kinds of expansion stuff where you can run through. It's almost like a little RPG and play it. You
Ooh.
get to change stats. You get to update your character. You get to do all kinds of fun stuff. It's absolutely awesome. Max says he's been watching the story and he loves it. It's great. It's great to play through it. It is a continuation over from 11. So back in oh god, what was it? The mid 2000s. Mid 2000s, they came out with the Mortal Kombat 9, and in that, in the very beginning of that, Raiden is having a throwdown with Shao Kahn, and Shao Kahn wins. And Raiden holds up his amulet, and it transports him back to the original Mortal Kombat, and everything kind of gets a reset. Stories are changed, history has changed. Some good people become bad people. It's kind of crazy. And then we got Mortal Kombat X, and that continued the story over from 9. And then we got 11, which seemed to be the end of this particular storyline, but it was not. It has continued over into the new Mortal Kombat 1. It's really fun. I tell you what, man, the story is really good. They really picked that up from, well, we don't really have any kind of story or anything.
Just go in and fight.
Just go in and fight. Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit different than, your, oh my God. I almost said Virtua Fighter. Does anybody remember that? It's a little different than from your, your other stuff like your Tekken and all that. I know they got stories in there, but I mean, MK's been around for so long. They deserve a good in-depth story. And I think it's really cool that they're allowing you to do some, character specs and customization and things like that. It only took them 30 years to kind of sample that, but hey, we're here now. So I'm glad you're enjoying it.
So they reference Machini. They reference all that old stuff. They reference Deadly Alliance. They reference Armageddon. There's even chapters called Deadly Alliance, Armageddon. There's a whole end cap that's pretty much Armageddon, where Armageddon gets it. It's so fun. It is so fun to, if you're a Mortal Kombat fan and you played like the old Xbox and PS2 ones and all of that, you're gonna have a great time if you've been keeping up with the Mortal Kombat games and playing through them.
That's real cool. Sadly, I was never any good at MK though. But I mean, they're fun to watch. They're fun to take part in if you go in knowing you're gonna get your ass kicked. I like to set my expectations really low when it comes to that because, man, I'm just not one of those players. But they are fun.
So you were more of a Street Fighter type?
I would say. Well, it's not like
Fury, SNK warrior.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I kind of dabble in a little bit of everything. It's a lot like my music tastes, they're pretty eclectic, but I've never been the type of player that took fighting games so seriously where I have to like memorize every move set, every, combo breaker. Yeah, with the exception of Killer Instinct. Man, I was good at Killer Instinct.
So you were Killer Instinct.
I love gotcha. Killer Instinct. But I mean, when it comes down to getting down to the core of, Mortal Kombat gameplay and doing all that stuff, it's not really one of those games where you start to get, when you get to the point where you're really in depth or you're trying, the harder difficulty levels and things like that, you just can't get away with button mashing. You got to have a certain aptitude of skill. And sadly, for the most part, that skill was mostly lost on a guy like me, but I still enjoy him very much so.
All right. Well, there is some button mashing you're gonna have to do in the new Mortal Kombat. Especially all right,
I can do that. I can do
especially that. With the test your might.
God, they still have those too.
They still have those too, and wow. Now it's like I I mean, like if you're raiding, you might bring down a lightning bolt onto the brick or whatever you're trying to break. And if you don't break it, it like reflects back in your face and you die or whatever. It's the
Damn.
stakes are higher than ever.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's some reverse shield polarity now. Damn. Butt mashing? No, button mashing. You know. Oh my goodness.
Shockwave loved Bloody Roar.
It's good times, man. Good
And
times.
Bun Bunny said last night you finished Final Fantasy 16. I hope you enjoyed it. I love that game. I absolutely love that game. Yeah, Zero Killer Instinct was my favorite. It was my fighter back in the day.
God, you know, I don't.
Orchid.
Spinal.
I could do like a 100-something combo with Orchid back in the day.
I tell you, man, you know, it was one of those things. I got it for my Super Nintendo for Christmas one year, and holy crap, it was so much fun. Even just playing by myself on practice mode, like supreme victory, perfect. But I tell you, man, when I sadly sold my copy years ago, when I was kind of refreshing the collection. But of course, you know, thanks to retro shops and shit like that, I bought it back for dirt cheap several years ago, and I was so rusty when I hooked up my Super Nintendo and tried playing that again. But I'll tell you what, when that first moment after years of not playing, when you when you literally fluke your way by button mashing into an ultra combo and you hear that voice go off like ultra, holy shit, you feel like King Kong on cocaine after pulling that shit off. Oh man, that was good stuff.
Daryl the Derelict's Glacius.
You know what? I think I pulled off the ultra combo with Glacius too. I used to be a Saber Wolf, Spidal, Cinder kind of guy, but man, Glacius had some really kick-ass moves.
So they've come up with something really cool. They used to have these environmental interacts. So you could like walk over and there'd be like an ice shard in the ground and you could grab someone's head and like just bash it into the ice shard. Those are gone.
Oh,
those are gone. But however, they put something absolutely awesome in its place. You've got guest fighters. So you've got like, it's not like a tag team fighter, but what it is you can use like Mortal Kombat 1 Sonya, the original Sonya, or you could use the original Mortal Kombat 1 Sub-Zero or Scorpion, whatever. And they're like pop-ins. So you can hit a button and they'll come in and they'll like do the, like Sonya will do the ring blast, or she'll do the flip leg thing where she comes in and does the handstand and flips over and grabs them with her legs and throws them. They're like bonus fighters that come in to aid you when you need help. Pretty cool. And they've got their own certain like bonuses, like their own fatalities, their own brutalities, their own all kinds of stuff that they can do.
They're like Super Smash Brothers assist trophies.
Yeah, they're like assists. Yeah, they're assist fighters.
Does it kind of work the same way as like the Marvel versus Capcom 3-on-3 type way?
No, you just hit a button and they'll come in and do a move and then jump out.
Okay, that's cool. That's it.
You can't like tag in or tag out, even though they do have some tag matches.
Yeah, I like that strategy though, because it implements a type of strategy. Like, oh, geez, when should I use it? Should I use it now? Should I hold off? Oh, risk versus reward kind of thing. So that's cool.
Remember this? Dave G Sound says, you called the hint line in the game magazines for the Mortal Kombat combos, didn't you? Didn't you? No, I had the magazines that had all the combos and fatalities, and
I never
basically you like paused it right before you killed somebody. And you know, your buddy be like, dude, why'd you pause it? Because I gotta look up the fatality real quick.
I gotta look it up.
You get the book open in front of you, and then you dun.
Yeah. I never called any official hotlines. Can freely admit to that. Was never one of those kids. But I did have, I think I picked up a killer. It was a Killer Instinct killer combo book or whatever it was. It was like a little tiny booklet, but it had all the move sets in there. It had all the cheat codes you could implement to unlock like idol and shit like that. and it had a whole bunch of stuff in it. So I basically just used that.
Damn kids in your Sega games and loud rock and roll music, smoking Reaper and eating Doritos. Mark's got it.
All right, let me hold on, pull that back up. All right, here we go.
Hold on.
There we go. Okay, damn kids. Well, I'm not a kid anymore. Sega. Never owned a Sega. Sorry.
I
Was
did.
always a fan, but I never owned a Sega. Loud rock and roll music. Fucking A. Smoking reefer. Tried it. Didn't like it. Never did it again. And eating Doritos on occasion, but not so much anymore. I hope that clarifies that.
Arwen says, yeah, those crazy Sega games, Miracle Warriors and Fantasy Star. Love those games. Damn straight. Damn straight. Guys, give me some game love. What did you love? Arwen's got the right idea here. Let us know what you loved back in the day, whether it was on Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, Sega Dreamcast, Sega Saturn. I never owned a Saturn.
No. I don't think many people did either anyway.
You know, Sony came in with a PS1 at that point and just like spanked them.
Yeah. It's like, here we go, bitches. Have at it. Joe Montana football was ahead of its time. Oh God, I hope you're not talking the friggin' one.
Joe Montana Sports Talk Football.
Sports Talk Football.
And that's exactly what it would say. You'd start the game up. Welcome to Joe Montana Sports Talk Football.
Was that the one on Sega? It was like the first year he was with the Kansas City Chiefs.
He was still with the 49ers then.
Oh, okay. Because I remember the one where he was actually with the Chiefs when he was on the cover. That fucking game is so rigged. You can return kickoffs just by doing the spin move. I could never do it myself, but anytime my buddy and I would play that together, he would score touchdowns just doing the spin move, running back kickoffs.
Joe Montana Sports Talk Football was like the prototype for Madden.
Yeah, well, this day and age, I think Madden needs another overhaul of their prototype model anyway. But hey, that's a whole other story we're not getting into. I haven't played a Madden game in over 10 years, and I feel like I'm not missing anything.
I had a Sega Master System that came with a gun and onboard duck hunt.
Damn. God, it's a shame you can't get those light guns to work on modern TVs, because I would love to shoot the hell out of some ducks.
Last V8 on Commodore 64 and Metal Gear on Nintendo. Damn straight.
Hell yeah.
Straight.
I feel asleep.
I went from Atari to Amiga.
Yeah, I could see that. I could totally see. I mean, Amiga was, that was pretty much what? The British version of the Commodore?
Xanadu.
Oh my God. I always had a rule. If I can't pronounce it, I can't play it. And I don't think I've ever played it because I've never been able to pronounce it. But I see that game in the retro shops all the time. So maybe one day I'll pick it up.
The Donald Duck is Indiana Jones game.
Oh my God. Pole position.
Quack shot.
Prepare to qualify. Quack shot. Yeah. Oh my goodness. What were some other racing games for Sega? I know we had Mario Andretti Racing, shit like that.
Mario Andretti Racing. There was there was an F1 game that I loved that was on. It was on the what was the jump pack for the Sega called? It's like something 64.
Oh God,
it was the jump pack that went on top. I had a great F1 racing.
Oh, that was the 32X thing. That
32X. Thank you. Yes, 32X. Afterburner.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, now we're talking. Yeah, it was a 32X. I remember.
Do you remember the R60 or the R360?
Oh Jesus!
Do you remember that?
It sounds familiar.
This was Arcade Legend. This was the Arcade Legend.
Best all-time game ever, Mario Kart 64. Man, you know what? I love Mario Kart 64, but for some reason, I suck at it. I suck. I mean, the Super Nintendo version, I played the shit out of and mastered the hell out of that. But when it came time for 64, I don't know. Every other Mario Kart game, I'd say I'm decent. I'm not awesome. I'm good / decent. But Mario Kart 64 was always the one I could never really perfect in any type of way. Holy shit. Yeah.
This was the R360.
That's what I'm talking about. I remember that.
So
holy crap.
Yeah, you were like strapped in so that you couldn't fall out because this thing rocketed and rolled and
Oh,
did
yeah.
everything you ever wanted it to do.
Yeah. Sign a waiver in case you get motion sickness. Man, that was the shit.
So this is pretty much almost exactly like the one that I got in, because I got in I think I was like 11 or 12. I can't remember how old I was. I know I was young, but this thing cost $10 back
Damn.
in the early
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
$10.
Yeah. So you better make your gameplay count. Hopefully you
Yeah,
don't suck.
you
Oh, good
better
God.
make your gameplay count.
Mm-hmm. That was damn good. Peli says it was crazy. N64 controller drifting sucked in the N64 version. Yeah. Yeah. If you ever get joystick drift, I can fix that for you. It's a pain in the ass, but I can fix it for you.
Diablo.
Diablo 2 on PC. Yeah, I think most of us probably went through the resurrected version there not too long ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I've still got hold on. We'll
What
pop
else?
the right behind me.
Yeah, there we
Right,
go.
right there.
Thank you, Thing, for
You're
pointing
welcome.
that out. Oh God, what is it? Do y'all, while we're on the topic of, or somewhat off topic of racing, any of y'all remember San Francisco Rush Extreme Racing? God, I used to love that game. I had
Cruising the world.
Cruising the World. Man, that was the one cruising game I could never get my hands on. And I can't find it anywhere these days without looking online and probably paying out through the ass. But man, I love the cruising games. But I remember playing the shit out of San Francisco Rush on 64. I got San Francisco Rush 2049, which was like the third one in the series. It was a lot more futuristic, but man, oh God, I loved tweaking the cars, tweaking the engines, the tires, doing all that shit. And I'll never forget one time I was just practicing and it was kind of late at night. It was after school. And so I had already had a long day and I was kind of just like half-ass sitting up on my bed playing on the TV there. And I started driving up this hill. And no shit, guys, I dozed off for probably 3 seconds. And when I woke up, my car was in the air. True story. So
Your car was in the air?
yeah. Well, because you could float in those things. Your cars had wings
They'll
that would jet
float.
out. Yeah. So if you ever feel tired behind the wheels, ladies and gentlemen, pull over and take a rest. Otherwise, you end up like me with your car in the air.
Lester San Jose, the Skeptic Tank, says Operation Wolf was my dad's jam. We had one of those at our arcade. And yeah, that my dad would just stay over there while we ran around and played everything in the arcade. He would just pump quarters into Operation Wolf with that Uzi.
Yeah.
And just stay on Operation Wolf like the whole time we were there.
I also got to throw this one out because anytime I was hanging out with somebody who had a PlayStation, oh God, I would always ask them if you had, hey man, do you have Destruction Derby? Anybody remember Destruction Derby? Destruction Derby was great. Oh God, Thing's gonna show us some more things. Stuff and things. It's nice to see your walls are starting to fill up now, too.
Yeah, tell me about it. So
holy shit.
That's the PlayStation shrine, I guess you could call it.
Hell yeah.
You've got a PS5, a PS3, a PS2. There's two PS1s down in the drawers. I know I got
so
it
it's
somewhere.
He's got PS1 squared.
I'm not done yet. I'm working on it. But,
stuff's starting to get littered all over the place. No, I'm not done yet. I got more shit to put somewhere.
We've got
So, God, it's a kick-ass setup though. Kick-ass setup.
I love that sign. That sign on the end lights up. So
oh, that's pretty sweet.
I just was messing with that the other day. Oh yeah, it's cool, fun. Man.
Love it.
Fun.
Love it. Must be nice finally having the space to, just play around with all that shit now.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with the man, because there's not enough room on top of that. I was like, oh, there's going to be plenty of room. I could put all the PlayStation stuff up there. No, it's not.
Then you realize how much you have, and you're thinking, oh shit.
Well, it's because of that damn the PS5 is long, and I mean that's like the crown jewel right now of that shelf. So that Spider-Man PS5. Spider-Man 2 PS5 is absolutely beautiful. I love it.
I love
Comes
the
with a
design.
controller that looks exactly like it does. So
Right on, right on.
right on, right on, right on.
All right, y'all. My bat signal just went off. Who the hell is this? Whoops.
Carmageddon 2 on PC.
So you could add vehicles. Hell yeah. I had a buddy that loved Carmageddon 2, but I don't think I ever owned one. I'm pretty sure I didn't, because if I did, I would probably still have it. But they were cool.
Lethal Enforcers with the,
Oh,
with
good
the
God.
blue gun, the blue and red gun. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got that blue gun for Super Nintendo
Oh,
in a box. It's not in the best condition. It's put up.
That's
I
all
don't
right.
have it out because it's just like I saw it and I was like, man, the box is tore up, but it's
yeah,
still like gaming history.
it
so.
is. Burnout was also a fun racing game. I never finished the full series of that, but man, those crashes at the time, they were so realistic, it was unreal. That was awesome. And the T2 shooter, oh my God, I pumped so many friggin' quarters into that T2 cabinet. Holy shit. That was so fucking good.
Oh, the one with the guns?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the same thing with the aliens. The aliens ones where you've got your pulse rifle and you can use man, I want that. I so want
Oh.
that. I don't know if Arcade 1-Up or anybody has come out with one of those, but you go looking and it's like, well, you've got this one, $3,000, $500 shipping,
Mhm.
and it doesn't work right after 5 minutes or some shit. You're gonna have to get someone to fix it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money to spend on an arcade shooter where like the gun doesn't work or something's wrong with it, and that's pretty much all you've got now because no one takes care of them anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. So I mean, it is a big risk, but if you're one of those people that's just die hard and you got to do it, I hope it works out for you. Because those, like a lot of other things in gaming history and anything for that matter, God, they should be as well preserved as they can be.
Christopher Dominguez, Star Wars Bounty Hunter. It's a good game. It was a fun game.
Yeah.
Fun game back in the day.
Yeah, for sure.
I love the KOTOR games for what they were.
Holy crap. I will. Good God. Looking back on it now, it was my own damn fault. But when I picked up Knights of the Old Republic for the first time on the original Xbox back in the day, I'm thinking, yeah, Star Wars. Oh, it's an RPG. This is going to be awesome. And I popped that sucker open and I picked out, back in the day when we had these folks, I pulled out the instruction manual and it felt like a fucking novel in my hands. I'm thinking, oh my God, what is this?
They don't do that anymore either.
They don't do it anymore.
Yeah, books are pretty much gone. I remember when we got upset because they didn't have like maps and bonus stuff, because you get the NES games and the Super Nintendo games, you get all kinds of extra stuff. You get like a map and a poster and all kinds of extra stuff. And the PC games at the time were even more crazy. You'd get all kinds of stuff in the PC games. I got the X-Wing. It was the X-Wing games. It came with like a damn novel in the game.
Yeah.
It came with like a damn novel that you could read through.
Like, how friggin' cool is that? But
it
man,
was you don't get that.
No, it was otherworldly. I mean, I know they're cheaper to produce now without going through all that kind of, the printing prices and all that kind of shit. But yeah, I'll never forget it. I popped, KOTOR in my Xbox and played for, I don't know how many hours I got into it, maybe 3, 4, 5-ish. And I honestly didn't know what the hell I was doing. And then I kind of never went back because, man, I was out of my element. It was kind of one of the first games of my time that I had actually tried. I just bought it off the Star Wars name alone. I thought it'd be cool. I didn't know it was some full-fledged RPG, in-depth character kind of story arc there or whatever. But again, looking back on it now, it was my own fault because I didn't know what I was getting into, but it was still kick-ass as hell.
And people will pay. They will pay for this stuff. I paid the extra money for Final Fantasy 16 just so I could get the cloth map that came with the Steelbook. I wanted the Steelbook, but if it would have just been the Steelbook, I don't know. I don't know if I'd have got it or not, but I got the Steelbook and I got the cloth map and I paid the extra. I think it was like $30. I'll do that for a cloth mat and a steel book
Sure,
of the
why not?
game.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get physical stuff like that on the cheap, hell yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go for it. I mean,
Go for it,
the
man.
more companies need to do that. We will buy them. We will pay.
Mm-hmm.
We will pay for them if it's a property that we love and we care about. We will pay for it.
Yeah. I mean, even if you don't want to take a big risk and do maybe like a limited run, like so many, indie developers and stuff do these days, people will buy that physical stuff if they're fans of it. Because, like you and I and, pretty much everybody in chat, they still love their physical media. So man, if you can get that collector stuff anywhere out there, holy crap, go for it.
And that's what's going to pay your bills.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, that extra stuff that you're selling with your games, it's going to pay your bills, and people are going to keep buying it.
Mm-hmm.
You want a great pre-order bonus? Don't do, you get unlock this character. Don't do that. Give them something. Okay, for the first, 10,000 people that get the game, we're going to give you this bonus thing.
Yeah.
We're going to give you this bonus. So go in, you got to pick it up, whatever it is. Stores only have so many, so be there early. You want to get hype. You want to get people standing at the door waiting to get their stuff. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, well, it costs a little bit more. It's too expensive to put all the physical stuff in there and, all the extra costs and blah, blah, blah. Well, of course, it's going to be like that initially coming right out the gate. But once you have those templates in place, you can start mass producing that shit out the wazoo, man. People will just eat it up and then they'll be ready for the next new thing.
Stick Kenobi says Last Ninja 2 on the Commodore 64 came with a plastic throwing star, a map, and a ninja mask. Imagine being a kid and getting that. I don't have to.
Yeah.
I was there.
We got the t-shirts for it.
I love the extra stuff that comes along with the game, even the game guides. I wanted all the information. Yeah. How many people now they don't really do that anymore. They were just throwing them out. There was a store in Branson. They had these giant stacks of game books. And I was like, why did you guys just have like stacks of these on the floor? He goes, oh, we're going to have to throw them out. And I said, what? He goes, yeah, we're going to throw them out. And I was like, how much? And he goes, I'll give you them all for like $10. And I was like,
shit, I
will take the ones that I want and you can throw away the rest of them.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, here's a 10 spot. And I think I walked out with like 30 or 40 books that they were just going to throw out.
Yeah. I mean, that's so friggin' cool. I remember going into a store. Oh God, this must have been, 21 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, during the GameCube era. And there was a little tiny game. I think it was actually the first official M-rated Nintendo game that ever came out. It was called Eternal Darkness, if anybody remembers that one. That game was the goddamn reason to buy a GameCube. But I bought the player's guide before I even owned the game because it looked so damn cool. And I remember my girlfriend at the time was like, why'd you buy that? I said, well, because I'm going to buy the game eventually. They just didn't have any copies, but I did buy the game. And holy shit, what a goddamn experience that was. If you can find Eternal Darkness out there now, ladies and gentlemen, get it. Because I think there's probably only like 500,000 of those things kicking around these days.
They're getting rarer and rarer. I've got a copy of, I'm a huge Metal Gear fan.
Metal
I don't know
Gear.
If you could tell when I was going through the...
More show and tell. Here we go. Yeah.
I love my Metal Gear. And some of those aren't even opened.
I love the one that's still in plastic there. Yeah, that's awesome.
There's one still in plastic. There's another one, that Metal Gear Solid for PS3 and Metal Gear Solid 4. Those are still in the plastic.
Damn
so
right.
I love my Metal Gear. I love my Metal Gear. I love collecting. What the only thing that's not up on that shelf, and that's because it would be like the one thing that doesn't go with everything else, is Metal Gear's Twin Sinks for GameCube. That's some bitch for a good condition with the book and a clean disc. It's like $200 now.
No shit.
No shit.
Yeah, it's freaking crazy. Actually, you know what? Because I mean, oddly enough, I think it was probably, oh God, I don't know, maybe a year ago. And ironically enough, we've already come for full circle with Nintendo remastering Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door. Woo! Mario. So anyway, I was looking for a copy of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door for my GameCube because I never owned one, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's the best Paper Mario RPG game you'll ever play." All right, cool. So I went down to the nearby retro shop, probably about 10, 15 minutes away from where I live. Not the biggest selection, but on occasion you can go in there and you can find some hidden gems. So I went in there one day and I found a disc only version of Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door with a replacement case with just your cheap ass, paper laser jet printed, game cover and shit like that on there. 90 friggin' dollars Canadian for the disc. One copy. So of course, Zero had to fork it over and buy it because I was thinking, all right, I can make do with a replacement case for now. Couple weeks later, went online looking for cases for Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door. Happened to find one for another $85 Canadian. So you can imagine little Zero had to fork it over and buy his replacement case for Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door. So almost 200 friggin' dollars later, Zero now has his complete copy of Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door. So that's what I'm talking about. If you can find them on the cheap, do it. If you think it's too risky because shit is uber expensive these days, there's nothing wrong with holding out unless you desperately have to have it. No ifs, ands,
Arlena's about to start some shit. Try that the other way around. You flip that, Arlena. Ooh.
I smell a war.
Snake.
Damn.
And that's just part one. Pacific 414 brings up Metal Gear Solid Collection. It's just part one of the collection. So this is going to go up to Metal Gear Solid 3. So you're going to get everything from the Commodore 64, the NSX, the Nintendo, PlayStation, up to Metal Gear Solid 3. Everything that came out from the very beginning, including the Nintendo versions, the Japanese versions of the Nintendo versions, the NSX versions, all of that extra stuff you get all the way up to Metal Gear Solid 3. And then that's just volume 1 of the collection. So Ubisoft, unfortunately, Arlena, Ubisoft's never going to do that for Sam Fisher.
Probably not.
They care nothing about those early games.
Nah. No, they probably think it's ancient history. Let's just go on with our current money-making investments, and we'll just go on from there.
Shockwave says, Loki, you ever hear about the Marines that Metal Geared their way around a DARPA AI? No, I didn't.
No.
Hey, send me the info, Shockwave.
Yeah, let's learn us some good stuff.
That's right. Send me the info. Charlena embracing her Sith nature. Of course it is. She knows Snake is the greater of the two.
Because good is dumb.
Evil will always triumph because good is dumb.
Oh my goodness. Damn it. I hate it when I get my Schwartz twisted.
Okay, when did you become like the Arnold Schwarzenegger of Darth Helmet?
I did kind of go off the rails there. I told you last week when I was trying to do an Arwen impression, it was too hick. Logi's like, that's too hick. It's still too hick. Man, sometimes I can nail an impression or an accent, and then the other, like 98% of the time, I am so far off. It's like, what the hell is Zero doing? Are you having a stroke? You okay, buddy? What's going on there?
Gesture of Sin says, Arlena is right. Sam Fisher is a unique character. Insert Snake of choice here. Isn't.
Ubisoft can't get Uno right. Yep, because they're still working for goddamn Skynet.
Ubisoft can't get shit right. Ubisoft is not the company that it used to be when it was making the OG Splinter Cell games. And stuff
hell
like
no.
They're not.
Hell no.
Yeah.
They're miles from there, and I don't know if they can back up far enough on that highway to get back to where they were, because it's a long ways away.
And they just don't have, Ubisoft doesn't have the talent to go back and come back out with those games so you can play them today.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. Pretty sad. So embrace the past, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on to your physical shit because it ain't coming back. Not the way we used to love, anyway.
No, it's not.
No. I see the Ubisoft memes in chat are really taking off.
You buy soft.
You buy soft. You buy soft. We rob you hard. Yeah.
Ubisoft is still trying to make Skull and Bones. It's been a decade.
God. Man, I was so excited for that kind of sorta since, Black Flag. And, stupid me tried out Sea of Thieves a couple years ago because, goddamn, I mean, sometimes we want a good pirate game. I still play Sid Mead's Pirates every now and then because that's friggin' awesome as shit.
Oh, yeah, so do I.
Yeah,
so do
but
I.
I mean,
play the shit out of that.
Yeah, but we've been waiting for the next great pirate game, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, maybe that's it because Sea of Thieves sure as hell wasn't trying to do that all by myself because I had no friends to play with. But goddamn, that wasn't it. And yeah, so then I hear, oh, the Skull and Bones is going to be great. Yeah, well, we're still waiting for that, aren't we? So good luck with all that.
Mini discs. How did you feel about that? The Nintendo GameCube using mini discs.
The funny thing was when I first saw it, I'm thinking, oh my God, what the hell is this? That's kind of cool. Actually, true story though. I had one mini disc before that, which was a CD, an audio music CD. And it actually fit in the CD player that my parents had because there was a little insert on the CD tray that came out that would hold mini discs. It was the only one we ever had, and it came in the mail as a demo for something. I forget what band it was, but it was like one song on there or whatever. So anyway, I'd known of mini discs before, and then Nintendo comes out with these mini discs, and I'm thinking, oh, well, they're at least using discs now, which can hold a lot more shit than cartridges. And those mini discs could hold a lot of data, because I think the GameCube was severely underutilized at times. And I think that really hindered developers' ways of, making use of how powerful the GameCube could be. Because it's a little known fact, GameCube was a powerhouse. Nobody just knew how to work with the damn thing, like the 64. So I got used to the mini discs. I thought they were cool, but they certainly died off quick as soon as the next generation came along.
No, they did. And they were difficult to work with too, from what I understand.
Yeah. So I think, I don't know, maybe that was Nintendo's fault of trying to be ahead of the curve or trying to, reinvent something or reshape the wheel just for the sake of reshaping it. I don't know.
They didn't want to go away from cartridges.
Yeah. So, because look where we are now, you got a Switch or anything like that. We're playing on mini cartridges, which are still 10 times more powerful than anything we had back then, but still.
Well, games don't even need discs now.
Yeah, no, they don't.
They've been trying to get rid of that physical sales because a lot of the companies hated the fact that companies like GameStop and Electronics Boutique and other resale stores, Game Over, were making a buck off of their product and they weren't getting any cut on it. Right. Why aren't we making any money when they resell? Well, it's not. Guess what? You sold it. You make your money. If someone wants to resell it, that's up to them. You don't get a cut of it, but we deserve a cut. No, you don't.
Yeah, bitch, please shut the fuck up. Come on a little louder. Shut the fuck up.
So Christopher Dominguez says you guys should check out Adam Korlick. His channel covers video game consoles, console history, etc. I made 2 appearances on Midnight's Edge. I will cool. Check him out.
That's cool, man. Yeah.
Nintendo has now gone full circle back to cartridges, and it is hurting them. Have you seen? Okay, so for everyone that's like, graphics don't matter, man. Have you seen Mortal Kombat on the Switch? It looks like absolute ass.
Yeah. Well, realistically, the Switch is 7 years old. It's obviously starting to show its age. Now, that being said, this thing has sold absolutely mind-bogglingly balls-blowing well to this day. it's making them a lot of money. So I'm pretty sure they don't need to worry about anything financial. But yeah, I mean, it's a hybrid system. It's definitely showing its age. And it is one of those things I can freely admit. If you want to play games like, MLB The Show or Mortal Kombat or anything that's current gen, you're going to have to make sacrifices when you play it on the Switch. That's just how it is.
Project Cambrian brings up the fact that Unity is calling for a fee to reinstall the game you already bought.
Yeah. I mean, what kind of bullshit is that? Are they charging the fans or the developers?
It's probably going to go both ways.
It probably
because it's
will.
just, dirty like that.
Yeah, that's the kind of assholeian type of shit that they would try to pull. Yeah. Mark the Infinitely Tired says Fortnite looks good on the Switch. I'm not saying all current gen games look bad on the Switch, but some of them some of them do have to make compromises. But I'll tell you, if you can get some of those absolutely flawlessly running current gen games running on the Switch, man, it's so cool to be able to pick up and play that shit on the go. So there's no comparison for that.
Somebody says the YouTube channel Fat Electrician has all sorts of videos on military stuff, including the Marines fooling the AI.
Ooh, Skynet has been fooled once more. Oh my goodness.
It's the most important meal of the day.
It is the most important meal of the day. Okay, so all right, so
I've got something to say to you.
All right, let me throw this out real quick. For next year's Mornings of Mischief ZeroHour 3rd year anniversary, because I'm sure it'll happen, I want somebody to figure out everything that Arnold put in that blender when he was trying to whip that shit up in End of Days.
No.
And I will drink it.
No.
I'm not saying you have to drink it. I'll do it. I will take one for the team and I will do it. Fuck, someone's gonna go out there and do that now, aren't they?
You killed my mother, my father, and my people. You stole my father's sword. And James Earl Jones is so effing cool that he's like, must have been in my youth.
All right, so what were you gonna say?
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
But well, all right then. Excellent.
And that's right here. This was exactly my point. P-Lights, why they want digital sales. Mm-hmm. They're the only ones that can monetize it.
Yeah. I mean, how pathetic. How pathetic. I still think it's kind of a horrible, drastic way for the market to go. But I understand the metrics dictate that's what's going to happen. But God, it's still sad to think about that, for the next however long into the foreseeable future it goes, we're just going to keep getting nickel and dimed for everything we're worth.
So yeah, you're not doing this because there were cigarette butts that went into the blender.
Okay, all right. Let me clarify. Nothing that's going to chemically send me to the hospital for a few weeks. Let's exclude that. But I mean, if he's putting rat poison and shit in there, I don't want to be touching that. But anything that's considered normally edible, we'll just throw that out there.
Magic Mag says they can't come up with any good new stuff, so they know all they have are past games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's true. It's true. Because people love the past games, but it's like, well, we're not making them physical. So, hey, buy this, digital copy at full price.
Uh-oh.
No.
No,
not gonna happen. No, because I'll tell you why.
Become death, drinker of shit.
Drinker of shit. No, man. Years ago I was having a beer with a couple buddies, and one, I don't know, we were sitting out on the front stoop of a house somewhere at a friend's place, and somebody. It's what we call steps. It's like 2 steps down to the pavement from from your front door. Not necessarily a porch. It's just a set of steps. So anyway, we had our beer bottles placed on these steps. We'll call them steps. And I put mine down next to my buddies, and unbeknownst to me, he had maybe a shot or 2 of beer left in his bottle, and he put a cigarette butt out in there. So I reached down and picked up what I thought was my bottle, and I took a swig, and out came cigarette butt. Dude, I almost threw up on the spot. So no, Zero will not be ingesting any cigarette butts. No.
Evil cannot create. It can only destroy. Tolkien had no idea that it would also apply to games
Yeah, it's true.
and entertainment as a whole.
And yeah, entertainment in general.
So if you ask some of these whack jobs out in the entertainment industry, we'll go to movies real quick, talk about this before we get out of here. If you ask any whack job out there in the entertainment industry why they're doing nothing but reboots and remakes and rehashes and runs and returns and all this other bullshit, re's, they will tell you that it's because times were so much better back then, and we want to remind people what it was like. The only problem is that they inject it with so much bullshit from today that you can't enjoy it. There is no enjoying it.
Yeah. And I think it's ironic that the point they set out to make is exactly the point that they're trying to make, because all they've done is remind us how good we had it back then, when comparatively you look at the shit that's coming out today. So, I mean, hey, if reminding us of the glory days was your number one intention, congratulations. You did your job. You set out and did exactly what you wanted to do. And that doesn't mean we're ever going to be fans of your current bullshit.
Good morning, John.
Good morning.
Not you.
I know. I was following suit.
E-hacker, he says, evil cannot create, but it control people on their channels.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, John.
Yeah. Keyboard warrior type motherfuckers.
Gun Bunny says, I break out into a rash on my back if I get a whiff of nicotine.
Oh, God. You got it rough, brother. Jesus. Sister. Everybody's brother and sister. I'm not here to judge your gender because we're going corporate. Loki and I have gone corporate. Buy your Nord shit today.
Imagine if theaters had done nothing but show the good stuff regularly. They might have made a profit.
Yeah,
might not be in the trouble they're in now. 200 yen.
Woo.
Super chat from E-hacker, and he says, Adega.
Sega. Adega Sega. There's your new name, buddy.
Sega.
Oh, man. Woo.
Thank you, John, for that 200 yen super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright. I think that comes out to like $1, so we'll give you $1. Skull!
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
I'd buy that for $1. Oh, man. What a morning it's been.
What a morning. Talking about Sega, talking about Nintendo, talking about PlayStation. We've talked about,
It's like, oh my God, Loki and Zero just talking about nostalgia again for the second straight week. Yeah, that's because the future scares the shit out of me because I know how shitty it's going to be.
We didn't really talk about Xbox, though.
No, we didn't. But hey, you know what? We got the rest of our lives to do that. So stay tuned next week when we talk about games and shit again. Oh my God. No, we do like to mix it up every once in a while. That's what happens when we do it live.
Do it live. We'll do it live.
Do it live. It's like 150. All right, that's cool. That's cool. That's pure profit.
Yeah,
the rules of acquisition is all about making profit.
That's right.
So stay tuned next week when Loki and I read the entire encyclopedia of rules of acquisition. How many rules were there? Like 600 and something?
No, it's like 100.
700. We'll figure it out. I don't think that'll take up the full hour.
Treat employees like family.
Exploit them. Oh my God. All right. I got to get someone to rub my lobes now. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, guys, we're getting out of here. Thank you so much for being here this Monday morning. Zero's going to rub his lobes. Apparently, he's going to rub out a lobe.
It rubs the lobes on my skin. I don't know.
Umox. Moogie.
I could totally do for some time in the holodeck, though. That'd be cool.
Brunt. FCA. Look what hater run.
House
Don't
of
get us
Quark.
started. The House of
Oh, good
Quark.
God. The House of Quark. It's just going to be an execution now. That's all it is. House of Quark was a great friggin' episode. Gwait.
Mhm.
Did I say Gwait? I think I just Elmer Fudd syndrome strikes again. Yep, our hour's up. Time for me
Our
to show
hour
myself
is
out.
up. We're getting out of here, guys. Thank you so much for being here this Monday morning. It's great to have you guys here. And remember, if you need anything, if you need swords, axes, shields, we've got it all right here at Norris Tradesman. The link is in the description of this video. The mods have been throwing out the links in chat today. Use code Loki of Mischief to get 10% off on all your orders. It goes to help the channel. They have graciously decided to sponsor our little morning show here. We couldn't be happier with the deal we worked out. So check out Norris Tradesman. In the meantime, guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter, and make sure you get your butts over to Machini's channel. I am pulling that up right now. Machini.
It's out there somewhere.
Out there. It's out there right now.
It's out there.
We've got the, let's see, that way we can send everybody over there. We're going to add the redirect right now because, yeah, I forgot to do that this morning.
Oh,
So
well.
sorry.
That's what happens when we do it live. That's all right. Give yourselves a big self high five. Thanks again for everybody.
Self high five.
Bang! Yeah. So
Little
thank you
Diamond Dallas
again.
page. It's set up, so it'll redirect
Yeah.
everybody over there. Guys, rub your what? We're not saying. Take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter, and we'll see you guys on the next one next week on Zero Hour. Have a great one, everybody.
Later, y'all.
Rub it good.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.